Hello people, got a Eurorack module here. It's called Phonic Taxidermist, and this is from circuitbenders.co.uk, and it's a sort of copy of the McFerren Electronics voice vandal. I think I've got most of the bits here. It's been sitting in a box for well over a year. Looks like I might be missing the potentiometers. And now I've got crosses by them, but we'll see. There are a few in there, so I don't know if I've got them already or not. Start putting it together and do the resistors, and then come back and show the progress. So this is the bill of materials for the Phonic Taxidermist. It's going to start at the top of the diodes and then work through the resistors, capacitors, and cover the board in flux first. A liquid flux. Update, I've got all the resistors and the poly caps and the ceramic caps are all in. Next up I'm going to do the IC holders. Now get them in, and then lastly the electrolytics, and then that's that one pretty much done. We've got some voltage regulators got to go in there. I haven't got that out yet. Right, let's get on with that. Got the potentiometer and switches to go in on the front panel. So there's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 switches, and then the 4 potentiometers, and then input output. I'll get them. A lot of them can be done with fly. It's actually quite a deep module. It's not going to fit in that shallow Eurorack box. But there is a bypass link in there. But if you're running it off a stable power supply, you can bypass the regulator and run it from 9 volt battery or 12 volt stable from like a Eurorack power supply. Should be alright for that. But if you're using a 15 volt supply, you have to use a 12 volt regulator in there instead. So I've left that out and put a link in. It's in the notes there, bypass jumper. But I think Eurorack power supply should be more than stable enough. Right, let's get these in. That's it. Just the switches to go out. Fitting the IC chips. I printed this out from Printables. This was by PHENEX, Phonic, printables.com. It's a little IC leg straightener, so they drop straight in the sockets. Just give them a squeeze and then pop them in. Really handy out. Don't end up jamming the legs up on them. Watch his own knacker it up now. There you go. Straight in. Now I thought I had all the chips, but I think it's a 4066 or 4060. I'm sure I got them, so they must be somewhere in a box or something. I have to look for them. Managed to find them. I got some from Aliexpress, so I'm not 100%, but they're gonna be okay. Some of them are legit from there. Just an update, I've run a grounding wire across the top there, grounded it in there as suggested here, and I also suggest using a like little dip switches in there, or using the front panel that I sell separately and running the switches out to them for the frequency of low, high, mid, low or high. So I've got the front panel switches in, and I'm just going to solder some of this jumper wire from Aliexpress. It's a cheap, very fine wire, fit through the holes there. Not sure what gauge it is, but it's pretty tiny. And I'll just run the wires through to them. I'm not sure which one, whether one's supposed to go at the top or what one goes at the bottom, so I'll leave them a little bit longer than they need to be. Well, it does say you should make the wires as short as possible, so I don't really know how to work out that. I'll just do the nearest one there, and if they need swapping over, just try and leave enough, maybe make them all the same length. Right, I'll get on that. And there's also a delay return, which I originally put the link in. I recommend putting a link in somewhere in there. I'll put the link in, and then later on it says if you're using the front panel to have a switch on there, so I took the link out. That's what these two are for. They'll go down there on that one for the delay return. And then you've got your in and out, the what they call funky con connectors for the in and out mono 3.5mm jacks. And also I recommend putting a line level or a mic level or line level input wiring switch in there, but there's no actual hole for that, so I've marked it out the back just in case I need to drill it. Don't really want to have to drill into that, so maybe I'll leave it inside on the fly lead and having it so you can switch between line level input and output or mic level input and output. Okay, I've got the fly leads on and solder them on there. I've left enough slack in case I need to change the direction of them, so if that one's meant to be over there and vice versa. Alright, I'll get these in, try and keep them neat. It's just like a silicone wire, so it was 24 gauge wire on that, 24 AWG. That's the thin one, it just fits through the pre-drilled holes. Get them on. And I don't know, I think I'll have to get a 6-pin switch for the input line level, because I need to switch both the input and the output together so they match each other. Got all the wiring done now. I've wired it up for mic in, mic out at the moment, but I've got some switches on the way, 6-pin switch to switch between mic in and line in, so you've got the choice there. I don't know where I'm going to mount that switch yet. Some people take the delay one out and swap it for that, and then put the link in for the delay at the back. I don't know if I'm going to do that. I'll have it inside, mount it on there, so I'll clip it inside, I'm not sure. Now I've just got the knobs to go on. I've got a choice of either all 4 in the blue or a red and a white going on. I think I'm going to keep all 4 in the blue. I've given the board a wipe down with IPA. Get the flux off. Still a bit of residue on that. Right, yeah, I think I'll stick with the 4. See what that looks like. Now I'll give it a test out. Hook it up to the amplifier. I'm not sure what mic I've got to use though. I might have to use a headset with it. I've got this, which is like a tip ring sleeve adapter, so I might have to wire it into that to get a headset to work on there. Oh yeah, there it is, all done. Pretty cool. Right, let's give it a test. Testing. Subscribe. 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 Subscribe.